I'm here with Edward, one of our new horses. He has asthma, horse asthma, caused by most likely really dusty, maybe moldy type local hay that he'd been eating. And when we got him, he was having a really hard time breathing. His lungs were full and irritated, and sounded, as the vet said, very musical when you listen to his breath. Now, while he's still very skinny, he's not panting like he was. I mean, it was in and out every second. I have video of that I should share with everybody too. But this is an inhaler that he's learning to use, and I find that it's just that same idea of, here's something that I'm asking of you, and if you are good and peaceful, I'm going to relax it off and release. So I started just with touching the side of his nose, and when he's relaxed, I let go. I would start then with touching just the inside of his nose, and wait and release. And release. I also made sure not to be like holding him all the time. Like if I was holding his head tight the whole time, or on the rope the whole time, that's pressure you don't realize you're putting on him. So I want him to know when there's a full release happening. And if you look at this, there's an indicator here, and what I'm looking for is for the indicator to puff out. That's when he's breathing out. And when he's taking a breath in, it goes in. So it's got a 2-click process to it. I've found that I don't have a lot of time when I'm in there and getting the suction set up, so I don't click it while it's here, the initial click. I've been doing it out here, so I click it here and just hold it. Get it up to his nose. Yes. Get in and hold, wait for suction to start. Deep breath out there, waiting. And take a breath, buddy. There's out, there's in. I can kind of hear a little whistle when it does it right. It makes a little sound as the fan is pulling the inhaled medicine into the chamber here, and he's breathing it in. So he's been really good about it. So we have to do 12 of these puffs twice a day. That was number 10. We'll do 2 more. Yes, he's been very sweet. So I'm just getting him used to that again. Good. Yeah, he does like his face itched, so sometimes I'll take a second and just itch his face, or relaxingly pet him so he does get breaks in between all this. Yeah. But once he gets going, it kind of gets on a roll, and I can get a couple at a time. Waiting for that little breath out. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, oh, you were just about to get it, but then you had to move. Like, okay. Goes out, goes in. Yes, and then I stay with him there and release. If he's shaking his head, I have to stay with him till he calms, and then I can release. It's a little bit of a process, but it's happening. So that time I was kind of there have been a couple times, I'll try it again, where I'm in here, he's doing well with it, so I just go ahead and do that initial click. So I want him to get used to that part in his nose, but we're working up to it. Hey, bud. Wait for the suction. Yeah. Wait for the suction. Wait. Yes, I know. Little taps on his nose. He's getting a little too irritated. Yep, that was close. We were so close. I also am careful about his whiskers. I don't want to be pushing on his whiskers, which are really sensitive. So as I go in, I'm also cautious about the whiskers. Yeah. Breath out. Wait with me. There you go. Yeah, wait till you relax there. So then I want to make sure that I don't finish now in any bad situation because I'm going to have to come back and do this tonight. So I just want to do a couple of times going in with the quiet. Yeah, that was actually hitting a good section. Wait. Little taps on my finger you can't see on the other side of his nose. It just kind of little tap. When he was very, very bad, tossing his head, biting at this at the very beginning, there were a couple of times that I did set him back, but not hard, just asked him to back up. He's learning a little bit of backing up, so I just said, okay, you gotta back up. And I just made sure that that was still just something of work while I had to take this away because his head was flying. I didn't want to just give him the release, so I just said, hey, you need to do something else, backing up. And then I went right back to here. And as long as he's quiet, release. And there's a difference between him shaking his head and being quiet and actually his eyes getting soft. So I'm looking for him to be quiet in the mouth initially, and the nose, but also for his softness of his eye. That's when I know I've truly hit a spot where he's turned loose to the idea of this thing in his nose. So his eyes there is still worried. So we'll just do that a couple more times till I see his eyes really soft, and then I'll be done for this session. But that's kind of the inhaler and Edward. I had no idea this would actually work. So it's been a couple of days of training, and we're finally getting some. So I know it's helping him. I'll see you guys soon.